let alone 30,000. But I'm not even on the black thing no more. I never was on the black thing, not a black event, because I seen somebody else had said that like it was white people. Yeah, they're qualified to be there.
On January 25th, 1980, Robert L. Johnson and his wife Sheila started what we now know today as BET. It started off in a DC basement apartment, airing only 2 times a week before catching steam and airing 24 hours a day in 1982. BET will become home to black entertainment television, bringing out such shows as Comic View, Donnie Simpson's Video Soul, Rap City, and the like. And of course, at a particular time, BET was in the money until it wasn't. By the time 2000 came, BET was in debt, $570 million in debt to be exact. But there was a company that wanted to buy BET,
Is that right?
and that was Viacom.
A white company.
Viacom offered to pay the debt that BET had and also paying a surplus of $2.4 billion. And so Bob Johnson and Sheila Johnson did what most people in the black community didn't want them to do.
They sold to the white man. You gotta think, bro. If they value in you always gotta think about it like this though. But that doesn't mean you can get it there though. That doesn't mean you can get it there. If they willing to buy your debt and then put another $2 billion in 2000, how many years ago was it? How much is it really worth? They're gonna make more than that. They planning to make their money back. But not all the time you can get it to that point. That's wicked work though. They and look. Do y'all see the fucking plot on black people, bro? Like we just go call it what it is. We go call it cause it's clear as day. White people bought the shit when hip hop first came out, 1990, early 2000. Right. And now look, everybody's a street nigga catching bodies. Niggas don't even sell drugs no more. Ain't too many drugs to sell without killing somebody these days. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody's the biggest killer. You see how they invested that $2 billion to turn folks into killers.
Now, BET wasn't going to be able to survive because a lot of the cable networks at that time were being bought by larger ones. But that didn't appease the black community. People such as Chuck D from Public Enemy came down hard on Bob Johnson, almost considering him a sellout by basically taking a black-owned business and selling it to the white man. Bob Johnson will clap back and say, listen,
black entertainment.
Number one, I've made a lot of black millionaires because of the sale of BET. In fact, this sale made Bob Johnson the first black billionaire in the United States.
Is that right?
And secondarily, BET has always been open to investors, which was true because BET was publicly traded on the stock market. So technically anybody could invest. But a lot of folks in the black community didn't want to hear it. And that's still a big question now.
This shit was on the stock market? Damn.
What if the black community still owned BET? Fast forward.
We wouldn't be killers.
In 2019, these two young men started a digital media first product called Earn Your Leisure. It was aimed at the black community for financial literacy and also an educational platform. By the time 2021 came, we would be getting what we now know as InvestFest, a 3-day fest that would happen in the city of Atlanta. And by the way, this year from August 7th to August 9th, this particular InvestFest would sell out. Over 31,000 people there. And it's a networking event.
And it's $300 a ticket, by the way. $300 just to step your foot in the door. You gotta spend $300.
It's also education. It's also many things that you can learn. And of course, many people seem to be happy with InvestFest. After all, if 31,000 people, largely black people, buy tickets to support your...
Yeah, you already know what it is, bro. It's only gonna be so much game being given without having to buy a nigga course. It's only gonna be so much game given. It's motivation for real. But nah, I seen that nigga Rip Right. Shouts out to Rip Right. He had a booth posted up at InvestFest, and he was selling his product, which is the Rip Stick. That shit was selling like crack. My nigga was posted on the corner, nigga. Literally had a corner booth. That shit was selling. I was watching this stream. He streamed at InvestFest. So you can get out of it for sure. You know? But that ticket gonna cost you too, though. That ticket gonna cost you. And if you's a business owner, you got a good product, you can sell it like that. My boy, oh yeah, he definitely profited from that. You know what I'm saying?
Platform.
So it's a
it
good
must mean that
opportunity.
you're doing something right.
But you always gotta take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? You always gotta see it for what it really is, though. You know?
But that wasn't always the case. You see, a month before InvestFest happened, our guy Troy went on the Breakfast Club and said this.
We flirted with the idea just because, you know, the lack of support that we've gotten from the city of Atlanta has been, you know.
Now, people did not understand why Troy would go to the Breakfast Club and basically crap on the city of Atlanta, which caused the mayor to clap back.
No matter what
Is that right?
substantive conversation they want to have, you ain't got to go to New York radio to talk about ATL.
Ooh.
Like,
Ooh.
that sound backwards.
Yeah, keep it
and
straight.
If you think you trying to start a bidding war, everything in New York costs 3 times as much. And InvestFest is 25,000 people. 20,000 of them live in Atlanta.
All in all, InvestFest was a hit. We got to understand, having a black platform in a largely black city is going to bring out a lot of critics. And it's
I respect the movement. $300 a ticket is wild though, bro. Like the average Joe can't just go up in there and get motivation. Which I like. I kind of like the paywall because it's good for networking. You know you're around people. I understand shit like that too. But like $300 a ticket, man. Sheesh.
kind of deserved. They kind of have some guys with shaky reputations, such as 19 Keys or other guys who are speakers who have been caught up with scams in the past. So it makes sense that people are saying that, you know, InvestFest could be a scam. Also, what I've heard is a lot of the people who basically teach or speak at InvestFest are really trying hard to sell their courses, even though the tickets cost $300. And because of this, people go on to TikTok and give a lot.
And then once you buy the course, bro, you're still not gonna be nobody in life, bro. Chances is. I mean, even if the course could tell you exactly what to do, bro. You still gotta implement it. You still gotta put the work in. You know, you still you still gotta get the experience, hands on, like on the job training. Like you still gotta get that.
The negative reviews, and that's fine because people will always give negative reviews. But instead of just leaning into the fact that you had a very successful event catered at black people, one half of Earn Your Leisure, Rashad Bilal, went on to the platform and said this.
Let alone 30,000. But I'm not even on the black thing no more. I never was on the black thing. Not a black event. Because I seen somebody else had said that, like, it was white people. Yeah, they're qualified to be there. Like, what do you mean? Like, you think I'm going to cater just to black people just to get torn down by black people? You out of your mind.
Now, he talks about this whole idea of
Just to get
letting
torn
other
down.
races come into the
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's InvestFest, not Black InvestFest. You know what I'm saying? If you can afford the booth, this is a business. I mean, clearly they're charging $300 a ticket, so they trying to get some money now. You know what I'm saying? So if booth cost, that's just regular general admission. That's for you to go. That's not to set up a booth there. So if you want to pay this $5,000 for the 3-day weekend, go right ahead. Good luck on you if you gonna make it back. You know what I'm saying?
platform and that he's never truly been for black people, which this is not true. In fact, Earn Your Leisure has built their platform marketing exclusively to black people. They also have a deal, I believe, with Revolt, and we all know that Revolt is clearly targeting blacks. And if you don't believe me, let's look at some of the videos on Earn Your Leisure. Their biggest videos to date are targeting who? Black people.
Woo!
Some of these videos include Hidden Truth, Ancient Civilizations, Multiple Dimensions, that had 9.5 million views. Secrets of the Soul of Cosmos, okay, that was with 19 keys. Food Matrix, this is with 19 keys again. Then you have Steve Harvey, from sleeping in his car to building a media empire. None of the top videos on the page even have a white person or an Asian person or a Filipino person, because your core audience is black. Furthermore, you picked Atlanta for a reason, because Atlanta is largely the black mecca of the United States when it comes to business and trade. And that's how you're able to sell 31,000 people in Atlanta, because a lot of people are already in the city. They don't have to come from New Orleans or Dallas or New York City to sell for the rest of the tickets.
And I just heard about InvestFest this year only because of Rip Wright was there. You know what I'm saying?
It's also very close to other states such as Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi. It's right there in the heart of the South. Atlanta was chosen strategically. And then
Atlanta is the black capital of America, bro. As far as the biggest black city, you know what I'm saying? Well, they're no longer majority actually. But you know,
gonna be even more white people next year, and Spanish and the Filipinos, of course. Like, I'm done. It's been real. Yeah. What y'all for what? The only thing you're gonna do is criticize it and tear it down. And not pay and want to get it for free anyway.
And not pay. That's it. That's the thing right there. It's a business, bro. It's a business. You know.
So he says going to be more races next year, and all of you people want to get in free anyway. And that's interesting if people want to get in free anyway, because that happens all the time. I'm pretty sure if you have some Caucasians or Asians, they'll go through the same thing. But you sold out.
Definitely the capital of the G blacks. Yeah, the rainbows.
And the reason why we
Most
know
definitely
you sold out is because it's all over the internet. You made a lot of money with InvestFest. So really the people that are hating on you don't really matter. But they made a mistake, which is painting everybody with a broad brush. And that is a disregard for your core audience, who is the Black American community. And they're not the only person that just did that recently. You want to know else who did that?
Y'all don't put food on my plate. Y'all don't pay none of my bills.
Now, as he's berating the black community that he's largely been getting rich off of, his co-host Ian says this.
Rashad, if black people built us, we can't turn our backs on black people.
So Ian's letting them know, listen, the black community is what built this ship. And Rashad would try to come back to counter that and say, yes, we understand, but it's not all black. We want to make it inclusive. Now, this becomes the problem with so many people in black business. Now, when you're Earn Your Leisure, you're already selling out 31,000 people. You're trying to include all other people in your group, but largely all you've done is build your brand based off of black business. All of the people that come on and speak are folks from the black community that excel in this particular niche. And also you've been dealing with people in black pop culture. And if you look at Revolt and all of their other stuff, that's largely who they deal with. And they know they have a connection with the black community because of, they're relatively young, they speak the language, they have connectivity. Now you're disrespecting the people that are paying you because you want more. When we're talking about Bob Johnson in 2000, I can understand why he sold to Viacom. But
yeah, truthfully, after hearing these guys speak, bro, I mean, what really are you gonna get out of InvestFest, bro? Like, me personally, the only thing I would get out of it is if I was to have a business and set up a booth there, bro. I wouldn't spend $300 to go spend some more money You know what I'm saying? Like, it's called InvestFest, but we're not really investing in each other. We are though. If you have a product, I'm not gonna say that, but that's not really like what's being pushed here. You know what I'm saying? Like your shirt says assets over liabilities. Who's going there and acquiring any assets though? You know what I'm saying? Who are we really learning about how to acquire assets though? And how to really make money though? Or do we have to buy the course? After we done already spent $300 getting it though. You know, like
During your leisure, I cannot for the life of me, I don't understand why you want to make InvestFest so inclusive. And the reason why you don't want to make it inclusive is because there's already demand in Black America. I've seen so many people saying that they came from Black London to InvestFest. You
Yeah.
guys are already
People
in
come from
Accra.
everywhere.
It's so many people in the Black diaspora that want to come. This is the same issue that Essence Fest had when trying to make, a Black American program more African. And here we have Black American brothers who have figured out something that the community needs, and now you're trying to give it to the white people, and then you're disrespecting the audience that pays you. And I want to just talk to people right now in the Black community, those of us who are sitting on the $2 trillion spending power that we largely have. Never make this mistake, okay? And I know as content creators, we can get outside of our body and we can get upset because of what people say. But when people are supporting you and they find value in what you do, you never do what this guy just did. You want to know why? Because check this out.
But one of the things that's made me not want to go is I vividly remember like maybe 2 years ago, I would see videos on here where people would say, oh, well, InvestFest is a scam. It's this, it's that. And that really deterred me from going for quite a few years, to be honest. And I'm so happy.
See, that's a guy who had a positive experience. He heard all of the hatred, but guess what? He's so glad he went. And now you're telling a guy like that, hey, this ain't for you now. It's for everybody. But at the same time, that's not how you started. This is why so many Black businesses go under. You got a good product, people are buying, and then you get disrespectful, not appreciating your base. And you can teach people how to make money in the Black community, but you can never teach these business owners to stop being so fucking entitled. So many Black business owners in America do not appreciate their customer base. It's all about getting a bag. It's about giving a lot of time a crappy product and not taking any level of accountability. Just because you're Earn Your Leisure or InvestFest, it doesn't mean that you are above reproach. If you make mistakes, you need to go out and fix it. I make mistakes all the time on my YouTube videos. I make errors, and you know what? I've tried to do my best to improve as a content creator because we are serving our community. Whatever we do is serving the community that we come from, and we should be glad to do that. And then we should be super glad that we're getting paid to do as such. So guys, let's not be like Earn Your Leisure. Let's not have the attitude that we deserve to disrespect people who are paying us because you don't, all right? There's a lot of people who would love to have that platform. And guess what? If it was a white guy who had Earn Your Leisure platform, he would never come out and make that kind of dumbass statement like Rashard Bilal did. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Yoshi.
Hey man, let me know what y'all think, man. I think O'Shea Duke said it best, man. We on the road to 1 million. If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, cause that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. I'll get at y'all in the next one, and I'm gone. TYP the 9.